Well, unfortunately, the winning streak of 6 games. People are going to say, well, 5 games, that game happened in June. Shut up. And 6 games is over. As the Jays lose 6-3 to the Red Sox this evening at Fenway Park. And it wasn't a pretty one. You know, a lot of base running mistakes, running into outs. They made some good defensive plays. And Yariel Rodríguez wasn't all that great again. That's basically the story of the game. Let's break it down, okay? First inning, right in the bottom half of the first. Jarren Duran, one of their hottest hitters, hell, other than Rafi Devers, probably their best player, if not their best player, he is 92 down the middle. And if you look at where Kirky is setting up, it's like up and in, and it ends up right down Broadway. It's a solo shot to lead off the ball game, to lead off. Not great. Couple batters later, because he has struggled with command, Masataka Yoshida, who's been outstanding recently. Like, he has been really good since like the last couple months or so. And you have a full count pitch, I think it was, and a base open, right? And who's on deck after Yoshida? It would be Rony Gonzalez. I would rather face Rony Gonzalez, who is, hold on, again, he's having a decent 63-game span with them, but I'd rather face him than Masataka Yoshida. Instead, it's not a great pitch, and it's a 2-run single up the middle. You're down 3-0 in the bottom half of the first. Not great. But before all that even happened, top half of the first, Springer gets on with a hit by pitch. Then Vladdy drills one to the gap. Right? Springer ends up at third base, but Vladdy tries to take second. And there is no reason for you to take second there. For so many different reasons. Number one, Jarren Duran's a great outfielder. So that's asking for trouble. Second thing, the play is right in front of you. You are seeing the entire thing. It's not like you're rounding third, heading home, and the ball's behind you, and you don't know where the ball is. It's right in front of your face. Take a couple extra steps, break it down, go back to your base. If the ball's wide, go for it. But he went for it and was out by 5 feet. Wasn't close. And then Barger lines out to end the inning, and you don't get anything in the first. Just an ugly start to the game, and then it's countered within the bottom half. They score 3. And we continue to move as the Jays had runners on in just about every freaking inning. Especially in the early frames. I mean, you look at the starting pitcher, right? Cooper Criswell. He went 3 1/3, allowed 5 hits and 3 walks. But allowed 1 run. And this is what happened in the second. Kirky hits a single. Great on him. Joey Loperfido, that's a little fielder's choice, but he's at first base now. Ernie Clement flies out. Will Wagner drills one to right center field. It goes off the green monster, and Joey Loperfido gets thrown out at home. So there's already two mistakes in the early goings. Now, you can't blame Joey there, albeit he did peek back a couple times where you're supposed to be looking at your third base coach and just head down going. But he gets thrown out, and that's the end of the inning. And so far, you have 2 base running mistakes in 2 innings, and you have no runs. Not great. Top half of the third inning. It finally works, right? You get the bases loaded. Barger, it's a sac fly. Springer scores. You make it 3-1. All right, you're there. Top half of the fourth inning. Joey Loperfido grounds out. Ernie Clement gets hit by a pitch. Will Wagner doubles to left field again. Ernie ends up at third. You have second and third, 1 out. They bring in Greg Weissert to face George Springer. He hits a fly ball to right field, fairly shallow. They try and test the arm. Ernie Clement gets thrown out at home. You know, when you see stuff like that happening, you kind of know where the game's going. And I'll be blatantly honest with you guys. After the Springer fly out and Ernie Clement gets fired out of the plate, I actually turned the game off for a minute. Because I watched 3 of the first 4 innings, guys get fired out in the bases. It's ugly stuff. The only reason Joey Loperfido got fired out of the plate is it had to be a perfect play off the wall, which if you watch the replay, Duran bare hands it off the wall, fires into the cutoff man, beautiful pick on the shortstop by, I think it was Rafaela, and then a beautiful throw to the plate. Jansen has to dive across the plate to get him, and it was just like a perfect play in every aspect to get Joey at the plate. As for Ernie, he was out by a lot. So, yeah. And they continue to add on after that, right? David Hamilton in the bottom of the fifth inning hits an RBI single. Rafaela comes in to score. Tristan Casas with an RBI double, scoring David Hamilton. Wilyer Abreu, it's an RBI single, scoring Tristan Casas. And just like that, it's a 6-1 game, and it's curtains, right? But top of the sixth inning, Will Wagner drills one to right field for his first big league homer. So good on him. Gets his first big league homer at Fenway Park. Pretty cool story for him. And in the top of the ninth inning, off of Kenley Jansen, Dalton Varsho, my God. I mean, crushed a ball foul, like crushed a ball foul. Next pitch, drills one to dead center field, and it's gone. Solo shot, homer 16 for Dalton Varsho on the year. And, made it 6-3, made it, I don't want to say made it even a little interesting, because it really wasn't. And you lose the game 6-3. So, not great. As I mentioned, base running mistakes early, and Yariel Rodríguez not being very good. That's the story of the ball game today. And yes, the Jays lost, and, again, Jays fans, don't think playoffs, okay? I had that little thing yesterday. I was like, well, maybe Twins lose. Look, this Blue Jays team, they're not good enough. And that's okay. We know where they are at this point. We're seeing all these young guys. What did we see from today's game? This is why we're looking at the team stats, or player stats today. Well, in the 9-hole, Will Wagner, after struggling a little bit recently, let me go to his game logs here real quick. Went hitless in 3 consecutive games, had 3 extra base hits. The home run and 2 doubles, went 3 for 4 with a run scored. Obviously, the home run and the RBI, so he had a great day. Joey LaPerfido got another hit. Barger had a hit and an RBI. Horwitz went 1 for 2 and walked twice. Vladdy went 2 for 5. Varsho 2 for 5 with a run scored and the home run. He continues to rip the baseball. He's hitting .221 now on the season. I'm going to base off of last year's numbers, guys, for Dalton Varsho, okay? So, let's start with hits. He had 2 more today. He has 92 hits. So he has a total of, 20-something hits away from last year's total, which is very doable. He has 19 doubles. He's only 4 away from last year's total. He already has 4 more triples than last year. With his 16th homer, he's only 4 homers away from, it might be tough for him to actually hit that now that I look at it. RBIs, I think he had 1 today, so he's only like 6 or 7 behind last year's total. And again, he's played 30 less games right now, so he's going to play less games as well. And the batting average is going to be, as of right now, he's 1 point higher at .221. It was .220 to end last season. But the on-base percentage was .285 at the end of last season. It's .300 as of right now. And the OPS is the big one that everyone loves to look at nowadays. And it's this. It was .674 at the end of last season. Before today's ball game, so before the hit, before the home run, it was .707. He's been better this year, and we all know defensively what you're going to get, so great job from Dalton Varsho. And, it is what it is there. And what they have 11 hits for the Blue Jays today. They scored 3 runs. They were 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position. They left 9 guys on base. That's the story, right? 2 strikeouts. They walked 3 times. But Yariel Rodríguez went 5 innings, let 8 hits, 6 runs, all of which were earned. Struck out 3 and walked 1 and allowed the home run. Tommy Nance kept you in it a little bit. 2 innings, allowed 1 hit and struck out 3. Eric Swanson went out there in his 1 inning and struck out the side. So that's a good sign for him, I guess. But overall, stinky. Now, on to tomorrow because, look, Jays fans, at this point, we're trying to get the season over with, right? Because the offseason is going to be very interesting. Chris Bassitt and Brian Bayo get the ball tomorrow. 7:10 first pitch there at Fenway in game, I guess technically game like 4 of this 5-game stretch that we got at Fenway. It's a 7:10 first pitch as the Jays look to, I guess technically they would win the series if they win tomorrow's game. So we'll see how it goes, all right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and... not the game because it kind of blew. Hit the like button, I do appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button, you guys not done so already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game. What'd you like, what'd you not like from today's game for the Toronto Blue Jays? Twitter, Discord, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff is down below. So follow up there if you haven't done so already. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow night. Game 4 of this 5-gamer at Fenway. 7:10 first pitch. Chris Bassitt. Brian Bayo is the matchup there. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Hope you enjoyed the video and not this game whatsoever. Talk to you guys then.